Welcome to Free Colorado News. I'm Ari Armstrong. Two of the big political races here in Colorado are for governor and U.S. Senate. In the governor's race, Tom Tancredo, the third-party upstart, is trailing Democrat John Hickenlooper by 8 points. Meanwhile, in the Senate side, Ken Buck, the Republican, is leading current Senator Michael Bennet, also by 8 points. These are according to a Rasmussen poll from October 4th and a McClatchy-Maris poll from October 1st, hat tip to the Denver Post. So why does an 8-point deficit excite Tancredo as much as an 8-point lead excites Buck? There are a couple of reasons. First, Buck seems to be widening his margin of support, and Tancredo, on the other hand, seems to be rising in popularity. Another reason is that Buck has hit the 50% marker. Meanwhile, John Hickenlooper has stalled at 42% in the latest poll. Representative Debbie Benefield keeps bragging in political ads about how she has created new energy economy jobs. But all Benefield's legislation has accomplished is to increase corporate welfare, expand political controls of energy, and raise utility rates. As for this fantasy about creating jobs, perhaps Representative Benefield should read this book, Economics in One Lesson by Henry Hazlitt. Then she wouldn't sound like such an economic illiterate. Forcibly taking resources from some in order to give those resources to others does not create jobs. Instead, it destroys free market jobs and replaces some of them with politically correct jobs. Colorado ballot measures 60, 61, and 101 have been called ugly, evil. The Denver Post referred to them as Armageddon. Republican Attorney General John Suthers has called them pure anarchy. I have not yet formulated a position on these measures. However, I did ask Jeff Wright, a tax-cutting activist, what his thoughts were. He made a few points. He said that the measures are necessary to counteract judicial erosion of TABOR, the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights. He said that schools can still raise money by voting every 4 years for tax increases. He said that government entities can pay for projects like roads out of annual proceeds rather than through debt. To quote Jeff Wright, the overall effect of the three initiatives is to restore TABOR, reduce spending and debt to be in line with GDP growth. For more, see freecolorado.com. My mom went in for bypass heart surgery last week. She went to Health One in Aurora. The surgeon was Dr. Jason Shofnos, and I was very impressed with him. He was very informative with the family, and from all measures he did an excellent job on my mother's heart surgery. Indeed, Dr. Shofnos and the entire staff of Aurora Health One has been extraordinary, and I thank them for saving my mom's life. While my mom was in the hospital, I watched the nephews and visited the zoo and the aquarium. Here are a few images, just for fun, to close out the show. Check out my book about Harry Potter's heroic fight for values at valuesofharrypotter.com.